الظالمين أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. We talked about so far what? The types of fasting, and also
the purpose of fasting,
the purpose of fasting, the virtue of fasting, the stages of fasting,
the pillars of fasting,
the types of the pillars, and the pillars of
fasting.
Today we have, what is the meaning of a pillar?
An important part that makes an act of worship correct and complete.
If any of the pillars are missed, the action will not be valid.
So if you miss a pillar, then the whole action will not be what?
Valid.
Will not be valid. Now we have the conditions of fasting. We have the conditions of fasting. Who can tell me what is the meaning of condition?
Condition?
We have the what? The conditions of what?
Fasting.
Fasting. What is the meaning of a condition? You guys remember we took the conditions of La ilaha
Oh yeah,
illallah. A condition of fasting is what? What is needed for an action to be what? For an action to exist. What is needed for the action to what? For the ruling to exist. Something you must have or you must do for the action to what? Exist. Okay? So condition is what? You can say what is?
Something.
What is needed? What you need for the ruling to what?
Exist.
To exist. So we're going to talk about you need these conditions for you to what? For fasting to be what? Wajib upon you. So these conditions, what is needed? So we're going to list the conditions. If you meet all of those conditions, then the ruling of fasting will become what? Wajib upon you. What is needed for the ruling to what?
Exist.
Exist. Also, what you need for the ruling to be accepted. What is needed for the ruling to also be what?
Accepted.
To be accepted. You can also say to be what? To be accepted. For example, salah. To pray salah, what is a condition? To face the qibla. What's another condition? To have wudu. To have what? Wudu. For you to drive a car in Virginia, what do you need to have?
A license.
A license. But the license is a condition for you to drive. So what is needed for the ruling to what? Exist, or to be what?
Accepted.
Accepted. And we have 6 conditions. We have how many conditions?
6 conditions.
We have 6 what?
Conditions.
6 conditions. We have 6 conditions. We have how many conditions? 6. The first condition, and these conditions shows us, if you have these 6 conditions, what does it show?
That you must fast.
That you must fast. It shows that you must what?
Fast.
That you must fast. That if you have these 6 conditions, now fasting becomes what? Is obligated for you to fast. It is what? Yes, obligated to fast. It's what now it's wajib for you to fast. So how many conditions do we have? 6. The first is Islam. What is the first condition? Islam. The first is what? Islam. So, if a person is not Muslim, is he obligated to fast?
No.
For example, take this example, okay? What's today, guys? The 11th day of Ramadan?
Yeah.
So, say today at the masjid and a brother comes and he wants to be a Muslim and he wants to accept Islam. Are we going to tell him, you have to fast the 10 days that you missed?
No.
Why?
Because he wasn't Muslim.
Because he wasn't a Muslim, and since he wasn't a Muslim, it wasn't what?
Wajib.
Wajib for him to fast. So the first condition the person needs to be Muslim. The second condition, what if somebody, the age, we need to have a what? The age. Is it wajib for the baby to fast?
No.
The infant to fast? Or even the small child to fast?
No.
But if the child is 8-year-old, 10 years old, and he has some type of strength, should we encourage him to fast?
Yeah.
Yes, we should encourage him, but is it obligation for them to fast? No. So 1 is religion. You have to be Muslim. 2 is a what? Is a what?
Age.
Age. The person needs to be the age of puberty. He needs to reach the age of what?
Puberty.
The age of puberty. Because once the person reaches the age of puberty, now they are a what? Considered to be? Now they're considered to be what? An adult. They're considered to be what? Adult. So the first is religion. The second is what?
Age.
Age. So if you see the young students, first grade, second grade, not fasting, why are they not allowed? Why they're not fasting?
Because they're young.
Yes, and the age. But could they fast?
Yes.
Are they encouraged to fast if they're able to?
Yes.
Yes. Now, number 3 is the mind. Number 3 is the what?
Mind.
Is the mind. The person has to be sane. The person has to be what? Sane. If a person is crazy, or if a person, when you get older, like our grandparents, sometimes they get old that they don't even know what day today is, right?
Yeah.
They don't know. Sometimes they'll even forget the person that they're what? Talking to in front of them. Does that type of person have to fast? No. Okay. Or a young person, but his mind is what? The mind is not there. The mind is
Not there.
They are not sane. They are what? They are not sane. Their mind, you can consider them to be crazy. Does that person have to fast?
No.
No, that person does not have to fast. What about, so this could be a young person or either what? This could be what, guys?
Old person.
Young or
Old.
Anyone who loses their mind, who goes from, who's not sane anymore, do they have to fast?
No.
No. Number 4 is they have to be able to fast. They have to be what? Able to. What does that mean? They have to be able to fast? Meaning that they are not what? Meaning they're not sick. They're not what?
Sick.
Someone is sick today. He's not feeling good. Do they have to fast? But what type of sickness is this one?
Like
A sickness that is difficult for them to make it to what? Fast. Or it's going to make their health even worse. Or even someone is old or an elder person. Someone who's what?
old.
This person, he's elder. He has his mind. But because they're old, they're 60, 70, the body cannot handle the what?
Fast.
The fast. The body cannot handle the fast. So, what do they have to do? They have to what?
Like not.
Feed a person. They have to what? If this elder person, he's sane, he knows what day it is. He knows how to read, he knows how to write, he works. But his body is what? It's not strong enough to what? To fast. So this person, what do they have to do? They have to give fidya. They have to feed one person every single day. They have to feed what? What? They have to give 30 meals. They have to give out what?
30 meals.
30 meals. Okay? What about the one who's sick? There are 2 options. If this person, his sickness is gonna go away. You guys know diabetes, right?
Yeah.
Diabetes is a sickness that will always be what? With you. So chronic disease. You say what? Chronic. Mean it will always be
with you.
because there are two types of sickness. There's a sickness called acute sickness, and there's sickness called what? Chronic. And another sickness called what? Chronic. The chronic illness means it will never leave you. It will always be what? With you. So this person, he cannot fast. What he will do instead is what?
Feed.
He's gonna feed a person. He's gonna what? Feed a person. What about the one who's sick, but he knows he's gonna feel better in about a week or 2 weeks?
Have to make it up.
They have to make it up. They have to what?
Make it up.
Make it up. So again, how many conditions we have so far? 4. The first condition is what?
Islam.
Islam.
You have to be, you have to
The
be
second condition is what?
your age,
Age. The third condition is what?
your mind.
Now the fourth condition is what?
If you're able to fast.
You are what, and this ability could either be for one who's sick, and what type of sickness do we have?
Like, acute,
Acute sickness, and we have
chronic.
chronic. What is chronic sickness?
When you're
It's not
it's
gonna
never gonna leave you.
Not gonna. So then, what do you have to do in that case?
You have to like feed people.
You have to.
Feed.
You have to feed the person. What about the one whose sickness will go away? They're only sick for now.
They have to make it up after.
Can they feed a person instead? They have to do what? Make it up. Very good. The fifth condition is that you are a resident, meaning you're not traveling. You're not what?
Not traveling.
You must be a what? A resident.
Resident.
Which one is better? Shall I write resident or not traveling?
Not traveling.
Okay, that's you are not traveling. That you are what?
Not traveling.
Because if you're traveling, you have an option, okay? If you're traveling and you think that you traveling and fasting will make the fasting difficulty, what should you do?
Not fast.
You can break your fast. But if you can travel, but you also know that it will not break your fast, it will not make you difficult time, what is better? To fast or to not fast?
Fast.
To fast. Why? Because that way, rather than you having to make up a fast, if you have to make up a fast, that means you owe Allah a what? You owe Allah a 1 day of fasting. And it's always better not to owe what? Anything, right?
No.
Number 2, it's easier to fast when everyone around you is what?
Fasting.
Fasting. Because if you say I will make it up after Ramadan, it will be difficult because you're going to see people eating, drinking, and maybe you might be the only one what? Fasting. But if you are not traveling, if you are a resident, if you're a what? The condition that you must be a what? Resident. You have to be in your area. But if you are not traveling, then you have to fast. What if you're traveling?
Then you have a choice not to fast or to fast.
But what is if the traveling is gonna make it difficult for you to fast? What should you do?
Break your fast.
If you can travel and still be able to fast,
It'll be better for you to fast.
then it'll be better for you to what?
Fast.
Fast. Why?
Because if you don't fast, if you don't fast, you owe Allah 1 day of fasting. And it's better not to owe.
Very good. And also, it's easier to fast when everyone around you is what?
Fasting.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Number 6, this is only for the woman. This is only for the what?
Woman.
Number 6 is only for the what? The woman. That meaning that the woman, she is free from, that she is pure. That she is what? Pure. That she is free from any type of blood. She's free from? She's free from what?
Any type of blood.
Yes. Any type of? So you have 5 is for men and what? 5 of them is for the man and the
Woman.
man. And the last one is only for the woman. These are the 6 conditions of what? 5. So if a person is Muslim And a person reaches the age of what? Puberty. And what is the signs of puberty, guys? Either he reaches the age of what? 15. If you're 15, automatically you become what? Mature. Or you start to have somewhat hair. You start to have somewhat
Hair.
some hair. You start to have some. These are some signs that shows a person has reached the age of puberty. Number 3, your mind has to be what? Sane. Number 4, you have to have the ability to fast, meaning that you're not sick, meaning that you are not what? Sick. Or you're not a what? Or you're not a older person who's, if you fast, or your body is not strong enough to continue to what? To fast. Number 5, you are not traveling. Number 5, you are not what? Traveling. And the 6th, for the woman, you are free from any type of bleeding. If this reaches you, what do you have to do now? Now it's obligated for you to what? Now it's what?
Obligated for you to fast.
To fast. If you are a child, do you have, is it a condition for you to fast?
No.
But if you're like strong kid, 9, 10 years old, are you encouraged to fast?
Yes.
Like you guys, mashallah. If a person's mind is not there, his mind is not there, does he have to fast?
No.
If a person is sick, do they have to fast?
No.
If a person is older and fasting will hurt his body, or they're not strong enough to fast, do they have to fast?
No.
If person is traveling, do they have to fast?
No.
These are the 6 conditions of what? These are the 6 conditions of fasting. Next, inshallah ta'ala, we need to take how Ramadan starts. How what? How Ramadan starts. We also need to take what? What breaks your what? What breaks your? What breaks your fast? We need to also take what? What is recommended? What are some recommended action when you are what? When you are fasting. After that, inshallah ta'ala, we'll take a small quiz and you guys will get your certificate, inshallah, okay? سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك.